You see, everybody knows the story of Batman. Rich kid, parents, they die. He decides to put on a cape with some tidies and then goes out there and fights crime. Well, no, that's really not the origin of Batman. This dude right here. See, Batman went through a lot, but tragedy, definitely tragedy right there. You know, it's the psychology behind Batman that really made Batman Batman, you know, how he sees the world and how he approaches everything, you know. They call him the Dark Knight. There's a reason they call him the Dark Knight, you know, that tragedy and how he overcame it, disappeared for like 10 years, went out there and studied and all that, martial arts and everything, just bettered himself to become the best you could ever get, humanly possible. And then he became Batman, this great detective, right? He will beat you down to a pulp just to get that information. No offense to Superman and all that. I like Superman, but Superman is supposed to be the nice guy, even though they're trying to portray him as this, you know, like this dark Superman nowadays. But Superman has always been nice. Yeah, so let's not get lost into that. Let's get back to Batman, right? So I thought it was great. I thought it was a great origin story and all that. And then later on, I started watching The Last Dance. And then I came to realize one thing, you know, Michael Jordan must be Batman. He wants to win at any cost, at any cost. It doesn't matter if he punches you a couple of times here and there in order to get that W. He was very consistent. He knew what he wanted. He wanted to win. And still, it takes him a long time, kind of like Batman also, like I said, it took him a long time. And all the while, you know, it's just the society, you know, the community just hardens him and all that. And then you just learn how to be gritty and all that. And that's Batman. That's Batman right there. If you don't know Batman, that's Batman, the Dark Knight. He'll punch his way into solving something. And this is the same thing with Michael Jordan. He will not hold back a punch, you know, from punching Steve Kerr, Will Perdue, Bushler. It doesn't really matter. You can get it however way you want it, you will get it. But he's going to get that W at any cost. How all this was shaped up, tragedy, kind of like Batman. He was cut. Varsity, that was a problem, all right? He swore to himself that will never happen again, kind of like Batman. He will never be powerless again. So he went out there and he worked at his craft. He worked and he worked and he pushed himself. Larry Jordan was right there to push him to the limit. And then Dean Smith, you know, Carolina and all that, eventually went to the NBA. And it was the same thing, you know, just losing and losing. He got to that point where he could actually, you know, kind of like Batman, now become Batman when he finally won. And once he won that first championship, nobody was going to pull him down. So everybody around him, he will make sure he gets that W by any means necessary, at any cost. Just like what he said when he got really emotional in episode 7, you know, choking up. I'm almost getting emotional right now. I'm kidding, you know. Yeah, that was just, I don't know, whatever reflex that just happened. But yeah, so the comparison, the two, I mean, this guy, he's a good guy, but his methods might not always translate to being good, especially, you know, in the society we live in right now. The way we look at things are very different from the way things were, but it doesn't really matter to this guy. All it wants is the W, and he got it. From the time he got his first W, each year he played a full season, he won. I mean, forget at the time he became an executive and then eventually wanted to raise stocks in DC and then he decided to go out there and play. I'm talking about the Michael Jordan that meant to play basketball, that was in the NBA as a player, not as an executive trying to become a player so you could raise the stocks and all that. No. I'm talking about a player. Okay, so that's all the way to the end of 98, The Last Dance. That Michael Jordan. He won every time at any cost. Now, this is something, I mean, we can't say this about a lot of players out there. A lot of players want to be nice, want to be this, and they compromise a lot. This guy never compromised, kind of like Batman. So I look at Jordan, I think Jordan is a real Bruce Wayne. And, you know, every now and then he just puts on a cape and goes out there as Batman. Or should we say, I think Batman is Michael Jordan. Or should I say Michael Jordan is Batman? Please share and don't forget to like. And do subscribe to my channel because I need it right now. I'm stuck inside the house, so I need to do something to generate some kind of income, all right? So this might work for me because if I can't do this, I don't know what I could do. You know, I'm going crazy up in here. So please do subscribe. I need you, man. I need you. And drop a comment, man. Say something about this video, man.